Ladies and gentlemen, we finally got one. This is a Ruger Mini-30 Tactical. Specifically, 584 series. I think the model number is 5854, or I don't know, something like that. Either way, it's a 16-inch barrel, threaded with the flash hider, chambered in 7.62 by 39. Now, out of all the other guns I've kind of shown on this channel, it'd be kind of weird to kind of go back to why I wanted a Mini-30. So it's actually one of multiple things. First and foremost, I've been watching a lot of Band of Brothers lately, and M1 Garands are really, really cool. And I've been wanting an M1 Garand for a while, but just haven't gotten around to getting one. So now a lot of you might be asking, well, why don't you just go to the CMP, pay your, $1,150 or whatever, get yourself an expert grade M1 Garand while they're still available. Well, one, I guess I'm just too scared to go to the CMP. More of it's just an inconvenience for me to fill out the form and do all that other stuff. I know it's easy, but I'm busy. Two, M1 Garands, although are really cool. Finding ammo for them off the shelf, it's not hard, it's just expensive. And two, I'd have to buy brand new dies, get brass and all that other shit, and I just don't want to deal with it. It's just too much effort and work, but it still would be cool to get one day, just not right now. Secondly, really big fan of the Garand style action. Everything else in my collection pretty much uses a rotating bolt stoner design. It's just really cool to kind of go back to something that we used to use once upon a time, even if it's in a modified form. Secondly, I was looking at M1As once upon a time too. Same problem, same reason I haven't really shot the 6.716i a whole lot since I got it and since I made those few videos, is ammo for that is also pretty expensive. And 308, getting all the crap together is not hard. It's just I haven't done 308 ammo either. So, and on top of that, M1As are just more expensive in general. I didn't really want to deal with it. So, if you want an M1 Garand, get an M1 Garand. If you want M1A, get an M1A. What really drew me to this platform, I guess you would want to say, is one, like I said, it's not an AR. Two, this does use either 5.56 if you get a Mini-14, or, well, I guess 2.23 if you use a Mini-14, or 7.62 by 39, which it's not readily available anymore because of all the Russian shut off. But at the same time, you can still find it, and you can still go out and do fun stuff with it. Two, I guess, also is one, it's in a more traditional form factor. There's no fancy pistol grips. There's no, quad rails and lasers and optics and all sorts of other crazy shit on here. Sometimes it's just very nice to get back to your roots and be able to use a very normal stocked rifle that can kind of do stuff that you're wanting to do. We're eventually going to drop this polymer stock here, get a wood stock for it, and I think that's the only really upgrade I'm going to do. Upgrade is subjective. For the most part, though, build construction, Ruger is known for making everything out of MIM, metal injection molded, but the only difference between metal injection molding from Ruger and from every other manufacturer is Ruger is actually, pretty proficient at it, and they know what they're doing. So, in turn, they can, once upon a time, they could churn out a quality rifle just like this for not a whole ton of money. And anybody that wants a really high quality rifle for not a whole ton of money can. Well, unfortunately, I guess supply and demand is a thing. And the supply of AR-15s in America nowadays is way more than the supply of Mini-14s will ever be. That's why you see the prices dropping on that. So if you're trying to buy, if I get it, I got 5 or 6 ARs in the safe. If I want to go defend the world or whatever, I'll use that. This is purely a range toy for me. But yeah, really cool, right? 13.5-inch length of pull on the stock. No spacer kits, no bullshit. Sling loop at the bottom, just seems to be one of those wood screw type screw-in deals, and it's really small. So I'm sure this is supposed to use a clip. You're not supposed to web a sling through there. So effectively, unless you get those clips, it's practically worthless. You know, polymer checkering at the stock. Two-position safety on the inside. Two-position safety, two-position trigger. The safety is on the front blade that is offset to one side. I've heard feedback on the internet that this is super dangerous because it is close to the trigger. Well, I mean, if you stick your finger in the front side of it, you're still like a ½ inch of gap. Just don't be a wuss. Just push the safety off. It's two-stage trigger, so there's your first stage. Essentially, it's almost no literal weight at all, and then your second stage is just that. So approximately 4.5 to 5 pounds worth of trigger pull weight, so not too bad. Magazine releases in the front, blade style, just like I guess an AK or any other European firearm for whatever reason. Comes with two magazines. Magazines are curved, kind of like an AK magazine, 20 rounds a piece. Hooks in the front using that hole there, snaps in the back using that plunger there. Kind of, I won't say difficult, but it just kind of eventually slides in like it's supposed to. And then one thing I learned is that if you push forward like you do with an AR and you kind of fidget, it gets kind of locked up. But if you just hit the thing, it just kicks itself out. So I guess pro tip for anybody that has a Mini-30 or wants to get a Mini-30, just push the magazine, let the magazine drop out on its own. It'll do its own thing. Going forward, handguard, polymer handguard on the top. I think it's like a $20 part. It'll keep you from burning your hands, and it'll keep you from racking your shit on the exposed op rod, like most Garand action. Additionally on that, this isn't like an AR-15 with a gas tube. This isn't like, 416s and scars or anything like that have a sliding piston and all that. It's a fixed piston, and it literally impinges straight onto the op rod, moving everything back and doing its thing. Pretty cool. Front sling swivel at front. Protected blade front sight, kind of reminiscent of an M14, but not perfect. And since this is the new style, my understanding is all the Mini-30s have this too. It always has a heavy tapered barrel. And for that reason, I mean, there's not a whole lot of accuracy issues with this. On the front side comes with the ever ubiquitous Ruger flash hider that's super long, kind of looks like an M14, but not really. It's just, I guess it kind of does its job. So, flipping over on the left side, nothing really cool here. Comes with scope mounting bosses, I guess you want to call it. Comes with 2 scope rings in the box. I think they're 1 inch. I haven't pulled them out because I don't really care. But it also comes with a Picatinny rail that screws into here, and it gives you a Picatinny rail over the top for you to put whatever other optics and stuff like that. But at the same time, since we're shooting this for fun, I don't think I'm gonna put any optic on this whatsoever. It's just really cool to have a nice clean rifle like that, right? Bolt hold button, I guess, on the left side. Push that down and it locks open, which is phenomenal. It does lock open on the last shot fired. How successful that is based on the ammunition you're using, I guess, is one of those things that comes up in conversation often. But to release, pull back, there you go, perfect. Just like a Garand, huh? So, would I ever probably buy this thing for anything other than a range toy? Absolutely not. If you're serious about home defense or you're serious about anything else, it's pretty hard to beat a pistol or an AR-15 or anything else, really. My understanding is the reliability rate of these guns aren't that great anyways, especially when you're using like crap like this, like Monarch. You guys remember Monarch at all? This is an old box from like 2017, so we'll see if it actually works or not. But that being said, if you're like me, you just want the fun of a Garand action without the ammo cost, the fact that you might be blowing up a World War II surplus item, which is incredibly tragic. Something built by Springfield, which is super heavy and doesn't really, doesn't really do anything better than probably like what my Scar can do. And you just want a really fun gun that shoots cheap 30 caliber ammo. Well, relatively cheap. It's not cheap anymore, but relatively cheap 30 caliber ammo. I think it's pretty hard to beat a Mini-30. You're not doing this for accuracy. You're not doing this for reliability. You're just doing this for nostalgia and a little bit of fun. So we'll take it to the range, see how it works out. But yeah, I've been lusting over a Mini for a while. So great deal came up, and we picked one up. So eventually down the line, just gonna put a SOCOM AccuStret on here and probably a tech sight, and that's probably gonna be it. Outside of the Woodstock, of course. We're gonna put that on there. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, do all the other fun stuff, and we'll take this out to the range, do other stuff later. All right, see ya. Okay, here we go. Mini-30. We're gonna give this a shot. Just still case, nothing crazy. Here we go, first shots. Gotta get used to that safety, huh? Ow, bitch. Well, it's definitely thumpier than an AR-15, but that's to be expected, right? But so far, 5 rounds downrange. It's cool, I guess. I don't know. It's a range toy, so kind of cool.